you don't have the time for. You can't handle everything yourself.
Exactly. You really need a team to do it. You can't possibly do it on your own.
Yeah.
You can do it for a little while, but at some point you'll be exhausted. Fem and I used to work in this truck with the two of us and with one person helping us, and at some point two.
Right.
But to be honest, we're still kind of exhausted from that period. It's almost 9 months behind us, but we went so hard for 2 years by ourselves preparing this. And the beginning can be really exhausting because all the options are open. You know, it's so diffuse. There's so much to choose from, and we were kind of scared to take the wrong turn at that point because then maybe you steer away from where you're trying to go. But you just got to do it and keep making those choices fast. The faster you make them, the faster you fail, and the more you learn.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
you definitely need a team.
We all have an idea of when we're doing a project. We have this envision of it's going to be perfect. It's going to be, and if you're doing everything yourself, if you're stressing yourself out, then you're going to lose that motivation, and that's what you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that drive of what got you started.
Exactly.
So,
And it's also essential to find your own zone of genius, what you're good at, because you know you can do a lot of things. You can cook and do the dishes and serve, plant and whatever, but you also have to find out what really gives you energy, what gives you that spark to keep going and want to do more. And
that's a great point.
And delegate the other things that you actually don't really like.
Or you're not really good at it, or it's going to take a really long time to just learn or do. That's an awesome thing. Yeah. So you came here to Tulum. Why Tulum? What brought you to this magical place, or is it magical to you? What is it? What is it?
Sure is.
Why are you here?
It brought leaves to life, so only for that it's magical forever. But it was more by chance, to be honest. Tulum is like America's Ibiza. I'm saying that because I'm European, and you know, when we lived in the US, our friends and us used to go to Tulum once a year, twice a year, basically to party, actually, to all the big parties they had back then, pre-COVID. And like I said, our friend already had a farm here. And we were already busy in Houston for a long while trying to gain a foothold, get a restaurant. Didn't really work out. And then we started talking to our friend more and more. And actually he suggested to live at the farm for a while.
Okay.
And just learn about agriculture there. And then festival season came around and we were like, you know, we gotta hop on this. We gotta try leaves at those festivals with little pop-up booths, etc.
Is that how you started with pop-ups, or did you have the truck already?
We did have the truck from the get-go. We bought it right before festival season and finished it under a lot of time pressure, because we saw all these Volkswagen vans throughout Tulum and Playa del Carmen. They're really popular here because there used to be a big Volkswagen factory in the area.
I had seen that. There's a lot of like those the little Volkswagen cars, right? The Beetles, little punch buggies.
Those two. Those are the Beetles indeed, and these what they locally call the combis. And we saw them driving around, and we figured like would be cute to have a little food truck in one of them, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, I think the food truck it's such a big thing now, and I mean I don't know how it is with the whole COVID situation, but I would assume it's okay since it's outdoor eating and outdoor dining. But yeah, I remember food trucks are so nice to have. Is it when your place in Houston, was it a brick and mortar place or was it another food truck?
It was supposed to be a brick and mortar place, part of a really big project, a big food hall with about 30 other vendors more or less. But it would take a really long time to prepare to have it ready. It's a huge project, and we were actually waiting on that one to be finished. That was the original idea, to like kill time in Tulum, lower our burn rate, which is higher in Houston than it is here, obviously. But while we were here and started this consumed all of our time, and we grew more and more into liking this one and feeling like this is where we should start.
Okay.
And we should grow from here.
All right. So you have this beautiful food truck. Why did you decide to make it vegan? I mean, especially here in Tulum, there's so many Americans that come here that aren't vegan, or people. Why choose veganism or plant-based options? I mean,
I think because were already vegan. We were already vegan for 4 years before starting it.
Okay.
So to me, it's a no-brainer to do it that way. You know, I couldn't possibly be so passionate about animal welfare and veganism and then start making money off animal cruelty. You know, that would not be right.
Right.
And to me, I'm so biased that new places that open up that still sell animal products, to me, are weird.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how in 2021, with all this information we have out there, all these documentaries, so much info on social media and such a big body of science out there that show how bad animal agriculture is, that you can still open a place and make money off that with the
Right.
intent to grow and get rich. And yeah.
I
So,
also
yeah.
like how, I mean, this is a vegan spot, but it's not obvious that it's vegan, right? It's just the first, like as you said, first is just delicious food, right?
Yeah.
That's your main thing, but it's also delicious food that's vegan, which is awesome. People come here and they're like, oh, this is a great place. They sit down and they try the food and they're just amazed. I mean, so many of my friends have come here and they're just like, this is one of the best places in Tulum. I love it.
Nice.
And I didn't even realize it was vegan. And I was eating one of the burgers and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. Is this vegan? Oh my god, wow. So that's amazing that you can do that.
Yeah, mission accomplished. That's what it's about. So unfortunately, only 5% of the people, more or less, are vegan in the world, and the other 95 are increasingly open to it.
Okay.
It's the whole attitude is shifting pretty quickly.
Do you find it hard in Tulum to have a vegan food truck here, or how is the community here in Tulum, or how is the acceptance rates of veganism or plant-based options?
I think it's really high. I think a lot of people that are not vegan, like I said, an increasing amount of people are open to it, even though they're not vegan all the time. But when you offer it to them, they're like, okay, that's nice. I want to try it. I speak to a lot of people that say that want to do it, but they think it's hard because there's not so much offering. It's one of the reasons why we're here. But I also think it's easier than ever to try veganism because there are more offerings than ever.
Okay.
More than 2 years ago, not only Tulum but worldwide. And I think Tulum really is one of the best places to have that. So a lot of people come here for healing, for spiritual well-being, and I think veganism is a big part of that.
I find that interesting. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the places that you go to where people are doing yoga and healing spaces and trying to improve their lives, a lot of these places offer vegan options. So it makes sense that vegan options are healthier. But can you help people with this bias that people think that, well, yeah, you can be vegan, but you should be careful, or you should be you have to do it right because being vegan you can get sick, or
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
I think it's logical because it's new to people, and everything that's new is looked at with a little bit of doubt. And there are not as many long-term examples of people living healthily, lifelong, from being a baby or pre-born, even a pregnant mother living vegan, to old age. There are obviously many examples, but the majority of people don't live like that. So
Right.
it has to be ingrained more and more in society. So I understand why people have their doubts about it, and there's this obsession with protein, and then especially animal-based protein.
Can you get protein from plants?
Yeah, of course.